Hello and welcome to the G27 Road Warrior with me, Movie Scouse 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a Logitech G27 gaming wheel, sadly on a crappy laptop. So, this is journey number 6 that we're about to take, but before we go anywhere, before we pick a truck to drive, there's a couple of things we need to do, a couple of bits of housekeeping which you can no doubt see. Okay, so we've got an email, and it's the bank wanting to loan us money. That's cool. We're probably going to wait until we've tried all the trucks, because just to be fair, we want to try all the trucks. So we're going to add the skill point. So we're going to pick fragile cargo, because that's the next on the list. We're going to go with rank 1, which if I just click and that highlights rank 1. So transportation of fragile goods unlocked. We get a 5% higher reward for delivering fragile cargo in terms of cash, and a 22% experience bonus for delivering a fragile cargo. So let's apply that, and you can see we've got quite a bit of money, £23,300. So that means that we're no longer going to have to worry about fines and the like. We are going to try and drive a journey on time with no fines and no damage, because there is a there's a reward, there's a as an achievement for that. Right. So then we're going to try and get all of the lorries. We're going to try and drive all the lorries. We've driven an XF Super Space, so no DAFs for us today. Let's check Iveco. So we've already driven a Straliv's Active Space and Stralis Highway, but we haven't driven an Active Super. So that's an hour 41. Is there a journey to the UK? That's in a truck. Active Space Super. I think we've driven, to be honest, I think we have driven Active Space and then Active Space Super. Yeah, I think we've driven all the Ivecos, so let's move on to Man. So, and obviously I'd like to go to the UK. There is a no, typically there's nothing going to okay, and that is 11 hours. That one's 10 hours. A TGX XLX. Alright, I tell you what, let's drive a Man TGX what is it? TGX XLX. Of course, my TGX XLX, and we're going from Kiel in Germany to Wrocław in Poland. Alrighty, so let's just we'll take a screenshot of our journey, and then we will take that job. Okay. And we're ready to rock. We're ready to go. Obviously, it's been a little while since I've driven, so as is always the case, I have probably completely forgotten where all the controls are. But but we're going to make an attempt. So that's a beautiful sight, Le Mont Saint-Michel. Right, as is always the case, I am not a particular fan of the interior of this vehicle. I've got to be honest. It's one of the reasons I like the It's one of the reasons I like the Volvo. I love the interior. It's what won me over. Right. So let's hit the road, and let's hopefully not crash into anything. We've got we just got to worry about that direction. So there's nothing coming. Right. Oh, I keep forgetting how quickly you've got to change gear in the low rev range. In the at low speed, sorry. And as is always the case, I've completely forgotten to change the ratios, so that we're at a more sensible ratio and I get the better top end ratio. So I get the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 gears rather than the 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11s, which don't really help me a great deal. Oh, and I'm weaving all over the place. Alright, we're going to stick in the left, so we've got a left turn coming up here. Now, I'm a little bit surprised that I didn't get dumped back to London, and I'll tell you why. This is the beta for 1.14. It's got a number of updates, but to be honest, most of them are cosmetic, and almost all of them won't really be noticeable. They're little minor tweaks which are brilliant and well received, but the sort of thing that you won't really notice. It's not like changes to the map. Now the next thing that's going to come on the horizon is the Scandinavia edition, which I don't know what they're going to call it. I would imagine it's possible they're going to call it Going North. Now, as I understand it, it's going to include Scandinavia and Ireland. Ireland, for me, will be a fantastically welcome addition. I'm looking forward to. I don't want to go too fast around these bends, because you know what happens. You end up damaging something or crashing into something. Ooh, let's get over on our side of the road. Ireland will be welcome addition. It'll be even more places to drive on the left-hand side of the road, the right-hand side of the vehicle. Now, obviously, I'm going to be buying a left-hand drive vehicle because at the moment 80%, probably more than that, actually possibly 90% of my driving is done in mainland Europe, where they drive on the right hand side of the road, as I'm doing exactly now. But okay, let's slow down for this fella. Typical, lost all my momentum. Yes, but in the UK and Ireland, they drive on the left-hand side of the road, and the vehicles are right-hand drive as a result. Okay, yeah, if you do not tap that clutch properly, it doesn't register that you've tapped it. So, excellent, he's turning off, which will help me immeasurably, because it means I can ignore him. And I can, stick my foot down. Whoa! Oh well, that is just annoying as hell. I have right of way. Those junctions always annoy me. That means I'm not going to get the achievement for not crashing, not being late, and not getting fined, because I just got fined. I hate those junctions, and they are bollocks, and the sooner SCS alter those effing junctions, the better. You do not leave a main road and plough straight into traffic. you have to wait. You're joining another road. I do not understand why those roads are designed that way. It makes no bloody sense whatsoever. And it's infuriating. As you can tell by my my general pissed-offedness. Alright. Fortifying slug of wine. I decided to drink some wine. It's the evening. I'm recording this in the evening. It's 7 o'clock in the evening, so my good lady wife is out playing netball, so I thought I would take advantage to be undisturbed and take a journey in my truck, or a truck that I am being loaned. I've got no idea whether there's any damage to my truck or not, because unfortunately I can't see that part. I can tell that I've got I've got 24 hours to deliver this. I've got to rest in 9.5 hours, so I am going to have to take a rest break before I deliver this, probably. Actually, maybe not. I do tend to go a little bit faster than the computer's expecting me to, so I can possibly make up some time. 40 minutes is a lot of time, though. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, so we're still in Germany at the moment. I don't think we've passed the border. Well, I've got to be honest, I have been rather concentrating on other things than where I am. So, quite a little bit of time has passed since I recorded Journey 5, probably a month. I've been redundant for over a month. I've been taking other jobs, temporary jobs, to fill in the gap in the same field, nonetheless, but I'm earning significantly less than I was before, which is burdensome. It's okay. I'm going to visit various different places. I'm going to quite an exciting place next week, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it until after I've finished with it, but that's going to take me till the end of the year. And that's good. It means I've got regular income. It's not what I really want to do. It's also not going to be at the rate of pay that I really need to start searching for. But these are all problems that are not yours, they're mine. So I will let's drop a gear. Oh no, let's not do that. I can see the oncoming traffic. Typical. Having lost all momentum, I'm now struggling, as you can tell. Oh, look at that, the combine harvester in the field, that's fantastic. Oh, I cannot wait to have a much better computer to be able to play this on. It would be so much less frustrating, because I go on YouTube periodically and I'll go on Twitch periodically, just, you know, to keep in touch with friends that play this game, who've got a much better computer than I do, and you can immediately see the difference. My games are all blocky and choppy and horrible, and theirs isn't. And it's excellent. He is turning off, and imminently so am I, actually. In fact, I can see. Right. So this is where. No, don't you dare! Ugh. when you are leaving or joining a junction, you should not, under any circumstances, just plough through. It's the second time that I've been screwed by the AI. The second time I've been screwed by the AI. That junction, instructions for the AI should be very different. Oh, that's so infuriating. And of course, unfortunately my current setup doesn't allow me to flick F10, I think it is. 5, 6, 7, F7, sorry, F7, so that I can see where how much damage has been done. I know I've got a 1% on the truck, but I don't know where. I know I've got 1%, but I don't know whether that's to the tractor or the trailer. Ugh. The trouble is, there's no indication. The other problem with those junctions, there's no indication as to whether anything's coming, so you've got no idea whether something's ploughing through that bloody junction. They should stop when they're coming off the slip road. Oh, the light's on. They should stop when they're coming off the slip road, because they, and only they, can see what's coming and what's not. When you're coming off one of those slip roads, if you're going to come off and plough straight through, you're going to be doing it at essentially the speed, virtually the speed you were doing it at the motorway. If you're assuming you have right of way, but that is deeply frustrating. That's 2 crashes that are completely unavoidable if the AI was programmed correctly. But nobody comes off the slip road of a motorway or a highway and expects to get right of way or at the end of the slip road. It's just an absolute nonsense. And if that's the case somewhere in the world, then whoever has decided that rule is a moron. And that rule needs to be changed immediately. It's the AI needs to be reprogrammed. It's a stupid way of programming. Oh, it makes me so angry. In the world, my beloved Liverpool Football Club are pants. They have played 9 games in the league, and they've been dreadful. They've been utterly appalling. They've been shorn of Luis Suarez, who was sold off to Barcelona for a ridiculous amount of money, and he played his first game at the weekend. We're on it's the 29th of October now, so which is a Wednesday, the Saturday they played Hull. And they had a draw. I don't know why I'm indicating now. Let's remember that we're. It doesn't have middle ground. It doesn't like 7. It doesn't like 5. We don't need to indicate, and we certainly don't need to worry about the 50 mile an hour speed limit that we're looking at, because we're struggling at 35. So we've got 21.5 hours left. We need to rest in just under 7 hours, and we're making up the time. Okay, that's ridiculous. I am not concentrating, and that's why. Alright, so in terms of drivability, this man is no different to any of the other vehicles. I love this game with a passion you can't even begin to imagine, but there isn't really a great deal of difference in the way that the trucks drive, and I can't imagine that's true in the real world. I can't imagine that there aren't different there are different characteristics to the way each vehicle drives. Some have got better acceleration, some have got better stability. and there just doesn't seem to be much difference in the way that these vehicles perform. What is different is the upgrade tree. My beloved Volvo has a much larger upgrade tree than, for instance, the Renault. The Volvo goes up to 750 brake horsepower. The Renault probably only goes up to about 500. Now, there are a lot of people who advocate not having as large an engine as that they don't like having the 750, that it makes the journey too easy. That's complete nonsense. I love having that power underneath my foot. I love having the acceleration. I love the feel of the beast of an engine. I'm not enamoured of struggling up a hill. It doesn't appeal to me. It's the journey that, the journey is not made any more interesting or fascinating by struggling up hills. But there are people who prefer the struggle, or more power to them. If that's how you wish to play the game, then that's fine. But it's not how I wish to play the game. I'd rather not struggle. Part of the fight of building up your business and upgrading your truck is that you don't have to struggle. I don't want to have to struggle. Why should I have to? Why spend all... Not waste. It's not a waste. Playing this game's not a waste. Why struggle all those hours to earn enough money to buy a better truck and upgrade it if you're going to complain that it's too powerful? Stuff that. I seem to have managed to change the map so that it doesn't rotate, which is very interesting. But it's not. I tell you why. I'm in top-down mode. That's why. I pressed it once too often. That's better. That's better. I'm going to turn off here. So let's drop a gear. We don't need that indication anymore. Right, let's not go too fast around this steep curve, because we know what happens when you rocket a trailer around a steep curve. Yeah, you end up binning your truck into a wall or rolling it, and that's fun for nobody. So a number of things, and obviously a number of things have happened in the world, and Britain have finally pulled out of Afghanistan. Count Bastian is now being handed over to the locals to do with as they will. There'll be military advisors, but there won't be, which is a stupid euphemism for a soldier that's not really there to fight, but it's still a soldier. He's a military advisor. Yeah, right. So this means that a lot of soldiers, the British Army will not be as stretched as it has been for the last few years. It means that a lot of soldiers will not have to go to Iraq, and that can't be bad. Soldiers not being forced to drive vehicles that are likely to suffer improvised detonation. Means that fewer British soldiers, or hopefully no British soldiers, should end up coming back maimed. Because they won't be there in the first place. David Cameron's an idiot, but that's nothing new. The John Key won the New Zealand general election, which is I mention only because when I first started playing this game, I was in New Zealand. In fact, the first 99 journeys were driven in my dining room in Christchurch, New Zealand. On the keyboard, and all 6 of these journeys were driven in the United Kingdom on my fantastic, sexy Logitech G27 gaming wheel. But that's why it's the G27 Road Warrior rather than the Keyboard Road Warrior. The Keyboard Road Warrior series is still going. It's still happening. We'll still be playing that. But I've now, as of this journey, I've already put up Journey 99, which means that the next journey that goes up will be Journey 100, and instead of the ropey iPhone footage that you've been used to on the Keyboard Road Warrior, it also will share the glorious digital footage recorded on my AVerMedia Game Capture HD2, which you are enjoying and have been enjoying with the G27 Road Warrior from Journey 1. So, obviously this is our third manufacturer. I think essentially there are 2 or 3 cab types for each truck. So that's what we're going to, apart from cab, I think, yeah. I think Renault have got 2, definitely. I think that DAF have currently only got 1, but they will be getting a second with the brand new, no, it might be a third. There's a brand new DAF coming anyway. I missed the chance to use that to slip up that slit road. Although at this point in my gaming life I haven't driven up all of the roads, and so that's not really going to help me. So next rest stop in 420, and yeah, we've done it. I've already made up the time, so I won't need a rest stop. I'm already going faster than the GPS assumes I will. So I won't need a rest stop. We're all right for fuel. We've got 18 3/4 hours to do this, but it's just under 4 hours left on this journey, so that's good. This is possibly a shorter journey than the last one I drove. The last one I did quite a marathon. I did a... Oh, I'm speeding. 440 pounds. Oh dear. 440 pounds. I am chewing through my income. I've had a fine for crashing and a fine for speeding. And I'm not even in the UK. I normally get my speeding fines in the UK. Yeah, I'm doing 56, 55. Yeah, I should have known. And this is a 50 zone. And I'm back to national speed limit, so that's good. I can put my foot down and keep at that 53 miles an hour, rocking the 50. Oh no, we're doing the speed limit we had before now. Although actually, I think the you see the little in the GPS in the bottom left-hand corner, it's still saying 50, even though we have the national speed limit sign on the road. That's because trucks get a different speed limit from the rest of the vehicles, and I think we are still stuck at 50. Alright, let's bring this down. We should be doing well 25. You can see that there's no happy middle ground. There's no medium. It's in the mid-range where you need the gearing, not the low or the high range. Unfortunately, but there we are. missed the gear. It's stuck in neutral, it wouldn't go into 11th. What else has been happening in the world? The Ukraine had a vote. Crimea and a little portion of eastern Ukraine didn't vote. That little portion gets to vote this week, I think. Crimea is being encouraged not to vote in the Ukrainian elections, but to hold separate, or to abide by the, frankly, and I'm about to swear, but I apologize about to swear, but they're going to be encouraged to abide by the bullshit election that happened earlier this year or late last year. Meaningless. But essentially Russia historically packed Crimea with ethnic Russians from Russia, and so now and the indigenous Ukrainian population was shoved out. And I mean, this is one more attempt by Russia to exercise some kind of land grab. Now that it was all given back in the sort of collapse of the Soviet Empire, but they're kind of trying to get it back, a little bit at a time. And so periodically they have a tussle. They had a tussle with Georgia over South Ossetia a couple of years ago. But Georgia asked it up. Georgia started an invasion of North Ossetia, which kind of triggered the Russian invasion of South Ossetia. So, complete nonsense that should never have occurred. And frankly, Georgia gave the Russians all the excuse that they never needed. So, we are 2.25 hours. That's what else has happened in the world recently. I was talking about my beloved Liverpool and how crap they are, but last week, obviously, they got absolutely humiliated 3-0 by Real Madrid, which, in the Champions League, which is never a good thing. But this week, yesterday, Tuesday, the 28th of October, they beat Swansea 2-1, and poor old Mario Balotelli, who we picked up at the end of the summer, scored his second goal. So far, he scored 1 goal in the Champions League against Ludogorets and 1 goal against Swansea in the Carling Cup, which is the League Cup. It's not very well. Unlike most European leagues, we have 2 domestic cup competitions. Most leagues have a cup competition and a league competition. We have 2 cup competitions and 1 league competition. We have an FA Cup and a League Cup. The FA administers the league and the national side. The FA administers the top flight league and the national side, and the league administers the 4 subdivisions. So the Championship. 3 subdivisions: the Championship, League 1, and League 2. It also administers the non-leagues competitions. The FA initially set up to administer the laws of the game and the FA Cup. They set up the Premier League, which is the top flight trophy, and stole the top flight away from the league. More than a little cheeky, if you ask me, but that's what happened. And initially, it started with the 22 sides that were originally in the first division. The football in the UK, league football in the UK, used to be first division, second division, third division, and fourth division. The FA stole the first division and called it the Premier League. That left the old first division. The old second division became the first division. The old third division became the second division, and the old fourth division became the third division. Then, in order to try and attempt to make league football sexy again, they changed the first division to the Championship and changed the second and third divisions to League 1 and League 2. It's a nonsense that nobody's fooled by, but it's what we're stuck with now. The League Cup, or the Carling Cup, is because it's currently sponsored by a beer manufacturer called Carling. Liverpool are the record holders of that championship. I think we've won it 8 or 9 times, and no one's come close to that. That's nothing to be terribly excited about. It just means that we take it more seriously than anyone else. But that's usually because other teams are taking other competitions seriously, like the League or the Champions League or the FA Cup. That's fine. It's a cup, it's a prize, it's a guaranteed European spot if you win it. The European spots in English football are determined as follows. The top 4 qualify for the Champions League. The top 3 outright for the group stages. The 4th place team then plays a home and away playoff game to determine whether they get into the group stages. The winners of the FA Cup and the League Cup go into the Europa League, which used to be called the UEFA Cup, and the 5th place players also get a Europa League spot. There's also an additional spot if you have what's called if you've won the UEFA Fair Play competition, which is fewest yellow cards, fewest red cards, best disciplinary record. The teams in all of the UEFA leagues are judged, and the top... Oh, I'm speeding again, another £440. Not going to... If I was ever in any doubt that I wasn't going to get that achievement, then it would be affirmed. Alright, 25 minutes. We are practically on top of Wrocław in Poland. We've probably got an hour's grace, I think. Yeah, next rest in an hour and a half. Oh crap, I've just missed my exit. Oop. This is embarrassing. Oh. I don't know what that damage is to, but you know. When you're on top of a junction, don't check how far away you are. Don't muck around with the menus. Is the takeaway from this, the lesson learned. And Wrocław is to our right, so we're going to indicate right. So this has been not the best journey I've ever taken for a number of reasons. But, hello, he's going along at a click, isn't he? But I think we'll survive. Right, then we're going to come to the amusement of me parking, which is always hilarious. Sometimes I get it absolutely spot on, and sometimes I couldn't do it if I tried. Now I'm not going to. I've done my one and only instance of letting the computer park it for me, and that was because there was a Steam achievement for it, which I have already earned. In fact, I think I earned that in this playthrough, in Journey 5 in Rennes. I went from Esbjerg to Rennes. So, I don't think... Okay, yeah. And we've discovered Wrocław. So I'm going to have a left turn coming, so I'll stay in this lane. It's probably miles away and I'm probably nowhere near it. But we shan't let that stop us staying in the left-hand lane because we don't know the roads well enough just yet. Ooh, a Volvo dealer. We like Volvo dealers. So I think possibly our only discoverable in Wrocław. I think Wrocław only has a one discoverable, which is the Volvo dealer. At this point, we don't need the recruitment agencies as much as we need the dealers. Without the dealer, we can't buy a truck. But we've got a Volvo dealer in London anyway, so to be honest, actually, finding the Volvo dealer in Wrocław wasn't particularly helpful. So, yes, what else is happening in the world? The Brazilian president has been re-elected, so Brazil has got some stability, I guess. It's not particularly doing well at the moment, if truth be told. But, that's fine. Brazil are happy, which is a bit of a surprise given the unrest earlier this year, in June this year, because of the World Cup, because they spent so many millions on the World Cup. But yeah, that's what Brazil want to do. That's absolutely up to them. It's their election. They're governing themselves, so they're entitled to elect whoever they want. We in the UK have an election next year. Yeah, we're going to park soon, don't worry. I think this might be us. Yep, there's our little symbol. You can see. Right, that's Right, let's see if we can't. Nope. This is not going to be anyone, as you might have guessed. It's one of those things. You need to develop a familiarity with the process, and I'm not doing this regularly enough to have that familiarity. And yeah. So I'm leaning out of the No, this is not going to go well, as you can tell. So, yeah. There we go, I can see where I'm reversing, but obviously, this is the sort of thing that you've got to do slowly. You cannot rush, no matter how much you want to. Oh God, I tell you what, I'm getting fat. Hopefully No, this is not. I'm not straight yet. Are you kidding me? That's something I'm possibly never ever going to get. Whoa, 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 too fast. That's possibly something I'm never going to get right. That business with the clutch, it's not working for me. Right, we're in. All right, let's unhook and see what we got. We got an excellent. Well, that surprises the hell out of me. Wow, we jumped a level. We're going to have another skill point coming to us at the beginning of the next journey. So we got excellent. Potatoes delivered from Kiel to Wrocław. Driven distance 457 miles. Time taken 10 hours and 29 minutes. Fuel consumed 369.1 litres. We've got a base reward of 457 for 457 miles of £7,830 and 736 XP. We've got a proficiency bonus for level 4 of £470. A long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 1 of £377. I'm level 5, but I did the skill rank length of journey, so it jumps. For that we got £377 and 184 XP, and we got a bonus for parking trailer of 45 XP. It took a while, but those XP are always worth it. So that gives us a total of £8,677 and 965 XP. We paid no XP penalty, no cash penalty. We helped ourselves with our careerist. We made progress towards our careerist achievement. And we are now level 5 enthusiast. So the G27 profile has an experience of 3,428 XP, and we're aiming, our new target is 4,400 XP, and maybe, you never know, maybe we'll get that at the next journey. Probably not. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, so thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me. And if you enjoyed this, and your friends who might enjoy it, don't hesitate to tell them about me. And I always thank you for watching these videos. It's the reason I keep making them. And until the next video, I'll see you on the road.